1-2-1-2. Once again, you got Malzini,
Yes,
aka
sir.
Malls, aka Malls the Barbarian. My brother Precyce Politix, aka God Brand. You know what I mean? We back here with another Beyond the Bash. You know what I'm saying? This is another episode. And let's be clear real quick. We're filming this at the same time we did the first episode. We have more clothes than this.
Yo, I was contemplating if I should say that or not. You know what I'm saying? Because I was thinking like, damn, they gonna think we dirty.
It was like, yo,
You know
man,
what I'm saying?
let's buy the album because they mad poor.
Yo, if that would have worked,
They're mad poor. They got one
right.
shirt.
They got one shirt, and they swapped in between them.
Right.
Right.
But
Oh,
yeah, man. So on this episode, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna talk about the second single that we actually put out, Kumite, back with Olympian Levels.
Sometimes I wait, see like I'm waiting for you.
We're gonna start off with Kumite, and first I'd like to say, if you haven't by now, you can watch the video on YouTube. It will be linked at the end of this video, so you can check that out. It's really dope. First of all, before we get into it, shout out to Dan Lewin.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Videographer, director,
Extraordinaire. Yes,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? Like, the man comes through in the clutch. You know what I mean? He's the consummate professional, and he's good people. I love working with him, and he's just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's one thing when you're on a video shoot and it's like, okay, it's work. You know what I mean? Like, clocking in. But like, just like how Precyce, Sharp, and I get together on this music tip, like when we're doing a video with him, like, you know what I'm saying, we are working, but we're also having a good time, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you ever want to look up any of Dan's work, you can actually do that. Dan Lewin, you know what I'm saying? I think it's LMF. Lewin Media
Films.
Yeah, LMF Films. Look it up. He's really dope. He probably directed a lot of videos of your favorite artists too. So, Kumite and Olympian Levels, right?
Yes, sir.
So I guess we break down the science or wax poetic about that, like my man Maul says. So with Kumite, the album is called Bloodsport Champions, so it writes itself.
Yeah.
That's the back and forth joint. A lot of people call it the back and forth joint. We got a few of those. Kumite is my favorite joint on the album. That was the first time me and Malls actually sat down and actually wrote lyrics in the same space. Back and forth. And Sharp made the beat. And then he was playing God of War. So there's a God of War line that Malls says in Kumite, inspired by just watching him play God of War. And then we went off of that, you know what I'm saying? So we were just walking around Sharp studio, just, you know, walking past each other, writing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was just, that experience alone that's probably why I love this album so much, because of the way we did it together, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Everybody in the same spot. Nobody had to literally phone it in or email it in, you know what I'm saying? We were right there. That's why Kumite is really special to me, man. It was just a dope song. Malls started it off dope, you know what I'm saying? I'm cut from a cloth you ain't fitting, you know what I'm saying? I love that. I just love the way he begins rhymes. So Kumite is just fire to me. The whole album is fire, but Kumite is like my favorite joint on there, yo.
Word. And you know, like Precyce said, this was the first joint, back and forth joint we wrote together, and it was one of the first joints we did for the album, period. I said before, Rap Monkey was the first song we recorded. We wrote those in our separate dungeons, you know
exactly.
what I mean? But I think this one, Kumite, was the first one we actually wrote together, and I hadn't done a line for line back and forth joint since high school. You know what I mean? So I'm like, this is you know, exercising a muscle in my brain that I really hadn't had to use in a while. So and this is when I knew that, like, okay, I can, in this situation with Precyce and Sharp, I can write with them, because it really came together pretty quickly. And you know, like Precyce said, you know, once we chose the beat and you know, Sharp was going through his beats, we was like, yeah, that's the one. He was like, all right, put it on loop. he hopped on PlayStation. I think he was on PlayStation 3, the throwback joint, playing God of War and fucking up.
Oh man, wow.
He's fucking up.
I'm talking about he wants the world to know. Like I'm talking about sharp elbows, Kratos. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, God of War. Oh my god.
Yeah, man. So it's just that thing of taking what's around me and just putting it in, and I think my favorite part of that song, and a couple of other people told me they like this part too, is just me being we're both sports fans, but I'm kind of more nerdy. Like I deep dive into stuff when I'm into stuff. So I mentioned the back-to-back, like Hakeem in 94, put the hands on your false deities like God of War.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then Precyce comes in with, banging on your head, I'm a Sonics fan, and then the old English Rain Man written on the monitor. So for all the sports fans, like, I think that's what it is. The people that reach out to me that say they love that part, it's just all the sports fans.
Yeah, it's we really did that part justice too, man, because the Hakeem joint, then when he said that, I was like, okay. Because, when you're an artist, when somebody comes up with something real dope and y'all on the same song, you're like, oh, that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I gotta compliment that or outshine it. So it's like, I'm always trying to compliment, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, and we moved different. The flow got him to the promised land. You know what I'm saying? Play the table with a poker face and an honest hand. Banging on your head like Sean Kemp. I'm a Sonics fan. Then he comes in with the smooth Old English Rain Man written on the monogram. Got a lot of product, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, It was just so. You got to listen to it, man, and you got to see the video.
I tell a lot of rappers, you know what I'm saying, just in talking and building about the craft or whatever. Like, if you're dope, the dopeness is gonna be there. I feel like you got to bring flavor and style to it too, whether you do that with your cadence, whether you do that with your voice. So that part where I say, the Old English Rain Man written on them, that part, like, I just wanted to break it up. You know what I mean? So I kind of chopped the flow up a little bit to kind of break it up. And it just sounded, it felt good to me. You know what I mean? And just writing that joint with Precyce and Sharp in there, and he's like looking at his reaction while he's playing the game. And in his defense, he was distracted playing the game because we're pacing back and forth writing or whatever.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
So I think this is like, we knew that we had that chemistry, you know what I'm saying, on record. But when we finished writing it, and before we recorded, we just kind of went from top to bottom to do the whole thing. It's like, okay, it sounds dope to us here. And then we recorded it and played it back. It was like, okay, we're really on to something here.
Yeah, we got something. You know what I'm saying? And that's, whew. And then, that brings us to Olympian Levels. So Olympian Levels was the song that we decided Sharp is not just producing this album. Sharp is a bash brother.
Mm-hmm.
Sharp has the last verse on Olympian Levels, and he killed it.
Yes, sir.
See, Sharp is not just a dope producer. He's a dope MC. You know what I'm saying? He's pretty much all around. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is, with Olympian Levels, he played the beat for us. And we wrote our verses, and we was doing our thing. And he said, yo, listen to this verse that I wrote to this beat. I had this verse already with the beat, because he was going to keep the beat for himself, because, that's what you do. But he was like, nah, I'm going to give it to y'all because y'all really rocking, but I just want y'all to hear this verse. So we spit that verse. I was like, yo, you need to go ahead and close out the song with that, And so he killed it. Mm-hmm. And that's when me and Malls, we had a conversation. We was like, yo, he's more than just a producer, man. He's a part of Bash. He's a Bash brother.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we only got the 2 belts, tag team, whatever. But the thing is, yo, Sharp is the man, yo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he became a Bash brother pretty much that day.
Mm-hmm.
And then we shot the video. I directed the video. Dan Lewin shot the video, and we was directing it together. I had the treatment and everything. These guys are always down with my crazy ideas. And we were scouting. we were scouting for a dope place to shoot the video. And I had one idea of this dope high rise. And Maul said, I know where that is. And so we went to what we thought it was, and then it was the wrong one.
I fucked up.
But it was a good fuck up because we was like, you know what? This could work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we ended up shooting it there, and we got my little sister None After Hours. Shout out to None After Hours. Yeah, actually, absolutely. Shout out to Crossbones. You know what I'm saying? Till We All Bones. That's another group that I'm affiliated with. And you know, None, she did her thing. You know, she made the video pop. You know, she was awesome. She was accompanying God with in the whip and everything, and you just got to see it. You know what I'm saying? And then we had some dope interviews. Shout out to my man Jermaine White. You know what I'm saying? He was there, and he was actually playing like the Mean Gene part.
Yeah,
he was interviewing us. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, he took that role seriously. Yo,
he took that role seriously.
My man was practicing.
Yes,
like he was really practicing, and he knows, like, that's Precyce's man. Him and Precyce go way back. I met him at a previous video shoot that Precyce did. And I guess he doesn't really know when me and Precyce get together, like, you're not just gonna, it's not just gonna be like, okay, here we're at point A and now we're at point B. All right, let's go. And so if you watch the video, which again, the video will be linked, like, we have interviews, you know what I'm saying, before each verse in Olympian Levels.
Mm-hmm.
And all that stuff was straight, like, off the cuff. It was all improvised.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what I said. And that what you hear me say about, you know what I'm saying, climbing Mount Everest in a tank top and boxer briefs, like, that was just the first thing that came to my mind.
And if you watch the video, you see we try not to laugh.
Like, yeah, and actually, Sharp, if you look at the video, Sharp turns completely around.
Yeah,
because you can't hold it together. And so, you know, being a videographer, you want to get multiple takes to see which one is the best one. And I did other takes. I don't even know what I said, but they were something that probably should never, ever see the light of day. So, Dan, I hope you've destroyed.
Nah, yo, no, he didn't destroy that. Yo, I know he got that.
Yo, because it was some real terrible stuff.
It was fucking great. Oh,
you know, and we just did that part, and Precyce did his part with None snatching the mic and saying, like, you know, you
don't talk to God.
Right. That was brilliant. And yo, let me tell you something. None is a dope individual.
She is.
But when she got the straight face, the I'm not playing face, like,
yeah,
yo, that was for real. It's like, oh, okay, yeah. Like she, yeah.
That's the same face that slapped Tyrese and Baby Boy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? like she don't play like at all. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I got so much love for her, man. She's super awesome. She's rock star, pop star, hip hop head, actress. That's what she is. She's super dope, man. Crossbones all the way. But yeah, man. So we just wanted to talk to y'all about Kumite and Olympian Levels, about the video, the writing process. You know, everything that's beyond the bash. You know what I'm saying? So, like my man said, the video will be linked. This series is gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? Getting great feedback from you guys about the album. This right here, this is a legacy. This is just a magnum opus. This is just everything that you didn't even know you needed. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we doing this series. Shout out to all of y'all listening to the Bash Brothers, man. We really appreciate you. And, you know, Malls, anything else you got to say to the people?
Bash Brothers, Bloodsport Champions. You could get it on my Bandcamp. You could get it on all the streaming platforms if you're the streaming type. If you see a Bash Brother in the wild, holler at us. We got it on us. Cop that. Make it a part of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on all our social media and all that stuff. If you got the album already, thank you. If you're going to buy the album, thank you. If you're not buying the album, you fucking up.
Yo, and shout out to everybody who bought the album twice. Some of y'all bought the album twice. The limited edition physical copies and the stream joints. So thank y'all, man. It's so much support, man. It's just so crazy, man.
Hey, man, warm fuzzies and shit.
And we rock the belts for y'all, man. Remember, everybody is a champion, man. Everybody got belts. You've been through some real shit. You a champion too. We just rock the belts for you on the outside.
Hey, man, that's what it is. Another episode. 2/3 of Bash Brothers. One time for my man Sharp Cuts.
We gonna get him, man. We gonna get him.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Sharp's lab and we're gonna film an episode there.
Yeah, Sharp don't really like being on camera like that. He like to be, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? But without Sharp, I mean,
we might do it. We might situate the camera so he's like Dr. Claw. So all you see is like his forearm.
And he have this cat.
And he have his cat,
He
you know what I
cat
mean?
too. He got a pet cat too. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
We might have to do that, man.
Word
That'd
up.
be cool.
So once again, man, we appreciate y'all. This is another Behind the Bash. Precyce Politics. Moles, we out of here.
Peace.
Bash.
Is beyond the bash or behind the bash?